What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to EJ Reacts. And today, I'm doing a movie review, man. I'm doing a review to Avengers Endgame. Now, if you haven't watched this movie yet, I would advise you to click off this video because it's it's spoilers in here. Just saying, it's major spoilers in here. I'm putting in the title, major spoilers. So now we're gonna start off with the beginning of the movie. No, first I want to say that this movie has made $1.2 billion already. Like, that's brazy. It's not even crazy. That's brazy. Like, man, they in 3 days they made that much in 3 days. Like, that's so crazy, bro. So now, okay, the beginning of this movie, man. The movie starts off with Iron Man in space. Iron Man and Nebula. So they're floating in space, and Iron Man gonna think he's gonna die, cause they're just floating. So he's sitting here making his logs or whatever, messages for it if he end up dying in space, cause they're running low on oxygen. So he's sitting there making logs, and he sleep one day, and out of nowhere, Captain Marvel come out of nowhere and just like picks the ship up and take him back to Earth. So after that, they switch to Hawkeye. So Hawkeye, after Infinity War, the first one, Hawkeye was nowhere to be found, but it picks up from like what he was doing during Infinity War. So he was with his family, he got like 2-3 kids, they sitting here, finna have a cookout, family picnic or whatever. So he's sending his daughter to the garage to get something, and he turning back and looking for her. He just fade away into dust, like when Thanos snapped his fingers. He just faded away. So after that, Tony is back. They switched back to Iron Man. He's back at the Avengers outpost or whatever. And he talking to Captain America like, you said we was in this together, and you said it was but you wasn't there. We was fighting Thanos. All that stuff. And he felt betrayed from his team. That's supposed to be the Avengers, and he takes his heart. Is that thing his heart? Like the you know what I'm talking about, the little chest piece he got. He took it off and he fell. Like, he was falling out because he was so weak. Like, he's been in space for so long. So they take him to the hospital. He gonna be okay and everything. So then we're gonna fast forward to Ant-Man. So Ant-Man gets out of the quantum realm, yeah. And Ant-Man and Wasp, he got stuck there. But in real time, in our time, it was five years. But in the quantum realm, it was 5 hours. So once he get out the back of this like truck or whatever, this van, so bruh start just walking around like where everybody at. So he see the little kid on the bike, and he was like, "Yo, what happened?" The kid looked at him like, "Nigga, you know what happened." So it was funny, man. So he ended up going to his daughter's house, going back home, and then he knocks on the door, and his daughter come, and he look at her like, cause she all grown up, she like 18. I think in Ant-Man she was like what, 12. She like 17, 18. So he was like, "Whoa, what happened?" She was like, "Dad, I haven't seen you in 5 years. Where have you been?" Da, 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 da. So he sees her, and he's steady looking, and he don't see nobody else. So he goes to the graveyard searching, searching names, and he sees Hope's name up there. And he's like, no. So he end up going to the Avengers outpost or whatever. And he had an idea for quantum physics, time travel basically. He's going using the quantum realm to time travel back in time to undo this now. So they sitting here talking about it. They just talking. And he comes up with an idea of how to do it, and they take it back to I skipped the part. So Iron Man ends up leaving the Avengers. He went back home to his peoples. And like 5 years go by. Yeah. So Ant-Man ends up coming to the Avengers place, like I said. So, and he's talking with Captain America and Black Widow. So they talking about it. So they go to old dude place, Iron Man place, and Iron Man has a daughter. For the 5 year span, Iron Man had a daughter. So he was like, he basically telling him that his plan was stupid, that Ant-Man's plan was stupid. And he was like, I don't want to be a part of this because I have a daughter now, I have people to live for, and stuff like that. So they were just sitting there, going back and forth. So, after they leave, whatever, he's secretly working on how to find a way to time travel. And, Pepper, she already knew that he's a hero. He's a hero at heart. He does heroic stuff. So he ends up going back to the Avengers and basically talking it out with Captain America, forgiving him or whatever. And they do test runs. So they did test runs with Ant-Man. And he came back as a baby, a teenager, an old person. Like they was basically doing test. No, they did it with the truck first. Yeah, they did it with the truck. So they were doing test runs, then they used a human, which is Ant-Man. He came back all the things I just named. So, and it was funny, man. It was hilarious. So after that, I think that they went to go get Thor. Cause Thor, I skipped oh my gosh, man. I skipped the whole part, man. So after Captain America, after Iron Man came back, when Captain Marvel was there, they all went to Thanos' place. And Thanos was rubbing his hands through the grass, After he snapped his fingers in Infinity War, it burnt all of this up, all his arm and the side of his face. So they ended up, bro, were like, man, they ran to do stuff, man. Like, they ain't waste no time. Captain Marvel did a mean tackle. I'm talking like a football tackle. Like, she just, man. And they basically was like, where the stones at? And he was like, I snapped my finger again to destroy the stones. So I used the stones to destroy the stones. And so they cut his arm off. And then Thor cut the head off. He cut his head off. So like when you cut a head off, it's just like Thor basically killed Thanos, which is crazy. So this is when they made up a plan to go back in time to get the stone. So they sitting here, discussing on how they gonna do it. And Hulk ends up being the Hulk with Bruce Banner's brain. So like he's the Hulk form, but he has Banner's brain. Like that's crazy. And it's like he was like, it looked weird. Like the Hulk not meant to be him. Like he was meant to be the Hulk. Like so, they end up finding a way to do it. So they split up into 3 teams. I believe 4 teams. So the first people I think that we had seen was wasn't Hawkeye, no. One Cap. It was Captain America and Iron Man. They went back into the first Avengers in 2012 to get the other stone, the little blue cube, and when Loki had the little staff, he had the stone in there. I forgot what the stone name is, but I know what it is. So basically, they had to not show their future selves to their past selves. So like it's all the scenes from the first Avengers is playing, and like they're infiltrating, and then it was a scene when the present Captain America was fighting the past Captain America, which is dope, you know. And Iron Man was like he had to play one of the guards or whatever, and like so Ant-Man ended up going down to his little shrink size, and he went into the case, and I think something happened. Oh, like they had knew that it was an intruder, so like they had kicked the case. Oh no. Ant-Man went into Iron Man, the past Iron Man's like the heart thing, he went into it and he took one of the power cords out. So like he'll go into like a cardiac arrest. Like he wasn't dead, but like Iron Man knew how to like kill himself basically. So after that, he drops the case, and then the case flying everywhere. It falls on the ground. So Loki ends up escaping. So when Loki escapes, he just poofed. But long story short, they end up getting the staff, and then they switch over to I think they switch over to not Black Widow, but not Gamora, Nebula, and Iron. Dang, bro, I'm tripping, bro. Not Iron Man, but the the Black Iron Man. But Black Iron Man. So they had to knock out Quill, because Quill, they went back to 2014 when the Guardians of the Galaxy came out, and Quill was looking for the Power Stone. The Power Stone. So they had to knock him out, but Nebula, the past Nebula, shared the same consciousness as the future Nebula. So Thanos ends up, because Nebula, I think she was acting weird or whatever, or something. Her head was hurting, and like like the projector had played, and like it was them looking for the Power Stone. So Thanos ends up capturing, he ends up doing an experiment on her and running through her memory. So as he's running through the memory, the future Nebula is also getting affected by her memories being not erased but going through. So Thanos I said Thanos. But Thanos ended up finding out his destiny, which he would die, as when they slice the head off, and he ended up finding all of the stones and snapping his finger. So Thanos ends up letting Nebula go, and they capture the future Nebula. So when they capture her, they did some experiments on her, and Nebula had switched the little piece on top of her head with the future Nebula. So like instead of the future Nebula having the orange piece, the past Nebula had the orange piece, and she was going to infiltrate the future, the future Avengers base, and bring Thanos to the future, all his army. So when that happened, they switched over to Captain America and what's his name? Iron Man. So when they did that, Captain America was he found his love of his life again. He seen her again. The little pocket watch he been walking around with. So he ended up finding her again. So he just sitting there staring. Like she didn't even look up. I'm like, I know you see him staring at you. Like I was like, come on now. But he ended up finding her again. And Iron Man ended up talking to his dad, which was crazy. That was very crazy. That was very good. Like it was weird because like he never had a connection with his father. And I was like, man. So they ended up getting all the stones, and they went back to the future with the past Nebula. So Nebula's in there messing with the time capsule that they had built and trying to get Thanos into the future. So, Hulk, everyone all have the glove. Iron Man made a glove with the stone in it. I gotta talk low because my stepdad wanted to watch the movie. He don't want me spoiling it. So, they ended up building Iron Man version of with the stones in it of the glove, the gauntlet. So Hulk uses it to snap his fingers, and Hulk ends up burning his arm. And he has to be in the cast. But when he snaps his fingers, it ends up working. And Ant-Man was like, I think it worked. And Nebula transported the past Thanos to the future. And he's just looking up. He said, I think it worked. And you see nothing but a big ship, like a humongous ship, and the blast just pew, and it blow the whole base up. And I was like, oh my God. Oh, I can't believe I skipped this too. Black Widow and Hawkeye. Before I continue, Black Widow and Hawkeye, when they got the Soul Stone, they had to sacrifice. One of them had to die. So they sitting there fighting for Black Widow finna run and jump off. Hawkeye shoots her in the leg. So like, no, I'm finna do this. So he ends up running. She tackles him. Then she tries to run again. He tackles her again. She ends up doing something like tasing him or whatever. And she was like, I have to do this. And she ran and she just jumped off. I was like, why? And you know what's crazy? Earlier I had said that. I was talking with my homeboys. I was like, if Black Widow dies, I wouldn't be sad. But I feel bad on saying that because she shouldn't have died. It should have been Hawkeye. But like I was saying about the whole Nebula future, going back to the future thing, going to the future. So they end up blowing the whole Avengers outpost up, and through the rubble, Thanos he's walking. This is why I say that Thanos is a savage. He walks through the rubble real slow, just walking, just chilling. He takes all his armor off, sit it down, and sits on the rock, waiting for them to run away. He just sitting there waiting. And as he see Captain America, Iron Man, and Thor, as she is now, he's just sitting there like talking to him. So, and when Thor went back in time, he seen his mother. And Thor is fat now. I don't know why they made him like that. I guess the 5 years he ended up being fat. So he sees his mother and he does this. And he got the hammer back. So Thor has that hammer and the Stormbreaker. And so he's fighting with two weapons. And Thanos just sitting there talking found out my destiny, and I'm here, to stop y'all from getting this. So they go to the fast forward to Hawkeye, and Hawkeye is the one with the gauntlet. Why him? They could have dated anybody else but Hawkeye. So Hawkeye has it, and these little alien dogs or whatever end up chasing him like they was trying to take the gauntlet from him. They were just running after him. And he ends up escaping and then shoot one arrow, which is so crazy. And he ends up making it out the rubber, and Captain America, Iron Man, and Thor start fighting Thanos. Thanos put back on his gear, they just go at just throwing hands. And man, Thanos was, he was beating him up, man. He was whooping ass. He was not playing, man. So Thor ends up having a one-on-one with Thanos after he done knocked out, Thor and Cap. He knocked out Iron Man, and they fight, and he ends up knocking out Thor. So Captain America just fight him, and he get beat up, and his shield get broke down. And he sees Thor's hammer, reaches out, and he picks it up. He picks up Thor's hammer. When I say everybody in the movie theater went crazy, I mean everybody was, oh, he picked up the hammer. We're like, man, he picked it up, man. So he thought working them. I'm talking about working him, like, man, he was going crazy. And then as Thanos getting beat, his army comes out of nowhere. And this scene, I wish I could find it. I'm gonna try to find that picture. If I don't find it, if I find the picture, I'm putting it in my thumbnail. But it's this picture. It's this one scene to where like Captain America just standing there, and there's a whole army just on the other side, just standing there like he ready for whatever with the hammer. And he was using lightning. That's crazy. Like he was. So after that, he ends up before they started fighting, here you see Doctor Strange doing this thing right here. And the first person you see, Wakanda forever. Wakanda forever. Black Panther, nigga. Black Panther comes out there with his sister and his mom and the whole Wakanda army. Them niggas deep. Then out of the other one, you see Doctor Strange, Falcon, Spider, and he brings. And then out the other one, you see the whole Asgardian army come out there. They had the Vulture, which is I forgot her name. They had her, man, and Captain America standing in the middle. You know he said, Avengers assemble. Them niggas went at it. They was throwing hands, man. But it was, man, I was so hype, man. Everybody in the movie was hype. And then they started fighting. Scarlet Witch, she sees Thanos and she runs her one with Thanos. And as she is fighting, he told her that he don't even remember who she is. And when I say she went off, man, she used that little power she got. She picked up 2 big old things of rubber, throw it at this nigga, picks him up, started beating this. She handed him that L. I ain't gonna lie. Then one of the I think one of his army members or whatever ends up hitting her. Captain Marvel comes out of nowhere. Boom! Hit him. Boom! This gives him the work. And then you see this whole like scene of all the women of the Avengers. Like you had the Valkyrie, you had Captain Marvel, Scarlet Witch, the T'Challa sister. Like they was deep, like they was ready for action. The women, they was going off. I forgot to mention the Winter Soldier came back too. And everyone, as the fight going on, everyone like beat up, everyone's down, and Thanos ends up with the Iron Man version of the gauntlet with all the stones. And Iron Man rushes him, and he Iron Man, before he hit him, Iron Man took one of the stones out. And Thanos said, I am in every place. And it didn't work. He snapped and it didn't work. And Iron Man had his with all the stars. He said, I am Iron Man. Snapped his fingers. And Thanos, his whole army just started fading away. It's fading away. In this one scene, which was so sad. I didn't cry because someone spoiled it for me, so I didn't even cry. So Iron Man just sitting there. his face burnt up. All this shit burnt up. All this. And he just sitting like, it ain't funny, but he was just sitting there and he was just like, he couldn't even talk for real, man. Spider-Man, you see that scene of Spider-Man, he started crying. Man, and Pepper, she started talking. I feel like she could have did some more. She didn't cry enough, like, she didn't cry, like, cry. But, she ended up giving her, talk or whatever. Then they fast forward to, his funeral. And, everyone ends up there. And I think one thing that people did not notice from Iron Man 3, that little boy that he had found, and like he was asking him all the questions about the suit, he was at the funeral. And he was there, and he was all like teenage, he was grown up. And like, they gave their words, whatever. Then they go to Captain America. He ends up going back in time. No, he returned the stones. He's driving to return the stones. He was like, I can't promise you I'm gonna be back and stuff. So Captain America ends up returning all the stones, but he didn't come. He came back, but he didn't come back as how you would think he came back. So this man lived his life in 5 seconds. Basically, like, he went back to his time and lived his entire life. And when he came back, which was our 5 seconds, he came back as an old man sitting on the bench. But I mean, Captain America was no more. Like, he was still there, but he was retired. So he was just sitting there. And Falcon walks up to him. And he was like, so what you gonna do about that now? And Captain America's like, put it out, he said. I think it's your turn. We got a black Captain America. We have a black Captain America. I got a black Captain America. So Falcon ends up being the new leader of the Avengers. So he's black Captain America. And this movie was 3 hours and it did not feel like it. Overall, this movie was amazing. I mean, like, it had you on an emotional roller coaster, man. Like, I'm probably gonna watch it again for the fun. But if y'all like movie reviews like this, man, y'all comment down below, subscribe, man, hit that subscribe button, turn on notification bells on too, so y'all know when I be uploading and stuff. You know. But I'm gonna see y'all in the next video, man. Peace.